So we're going to do the blower door test first. This is Alex.
Hey.
And Alex is going to be, I guess he's going to be
Yeah, except I've never done it before. I've only seen it and read the manual. So it'll be a collaborative experience.
And I've never used this type of blower door before, so hopefully it's not totally blind. We'll see. Okay, so let's come in and we'll meet Nancy. This is Nancy's house. House B is under winter conditions, right? Because we want to know what the air leakage is during the heating season. So you can see with Nancy's house, she has a regular double-hung window. Let me hold that for you. Yeah.
This way, yeah, most of them. I'm like obsessed with windows, then this one broke.
So Nancy has double hungs, but outside the double hungs are storm windows. So if you're going to be doing a blower door test on a house in nice weather, you have to make sure the storm windows are closed and the double hung windows are closed. And if there's a lock on them, make sure that it's locked.
I'm missing lots of locks.
So if you think about it, how would the house be in the wintertime? And in the wintertime, I mean, some people might have their storms up because they forgot to put them down, but they really should be up. So we want the house to be in the same condition it would be as if the temperature outside was 0. Okay, and Alex, why don't you go ahead and start setting up the frame. This is a boiler for Nancy's heat. And that's a storage tank hot water heater for Nancy's domestic hot water for, you know, washing clothes, bathing, cooking. These are what are called atmospheric vented appliances. Does anyone know what that means? Atmospheric vented appliances depend on just the warm temperature of the combustion gases to push the fumes up through a pipe over to the chimney and up the chimney and out. Okay, see this? This is a draft diverter, so it can't suck those fumes out of the house unless it can suck some air out to do that with. And by the way, this boiler has a pilot light that's on all year long. Put your fingers. Someone want to put their finger in here? A couple of you, just put your finger in there and tell me what you feel. You go up in there and you'll feel a little feel over there. What do you feel? Warm. You feel heat. This is a boiler that only needs to run in the winter. But we're using natural gas 365 days a year for the pilot light. Now, it's an old boiler, you sort of have to do that. But newer boilers don't have what's called a standing pilot. They'll use electronic ignition to cut down on the consumption of natural gas. This boiler is probably older than most of you. It's probably old, it might even be older than I am. Boilers last a long time. Now, does that mean you're saving money because you don't have to replace it? No. Why do you say no?
Because it's using excess energy.
Exactly. The efficiency of this boiler is probably 60%, which means out of the 100% amount of energy that's going in here, 60% of the energy gets used to heat the house. The other probably 20-30% is just lost because it's not very efficient at converting the fuel into heat. And then you always need, any atmospheric vented appliance needs about 20% of the heat to drive the fumes up the chimney. So that's why probably in a lot of the houses you're going to see they're going to be what are called sealed combustion appliances. You know, sometimes they call them two-pipe exhaust systems. So, and they're plastic pipes. There'll be a pipe that'll come in here that'll supply the combustion air, and then there'll be another pipe that comes out for the exhaust fumes. And those appliances are about 90% efficient or 95% efficient because you don't need all that excess heat to drive the exhaust gases up the chimney. Okay, so we're going to do a blower door test. Would we want this thing to come on during our blower door test? No, why?
We'll just suck the fumes.
We can suck. Here's the chimney. I can put my hand in the chimney. We could suck the exhaust fumes right back out and into the house, which would contain carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, all kinds of nasty stuff. So, all of you don't have to know this, but those folks on the blower door team, you have to make sure that you turn off the heating systems. So usually there's a switch. This doesn't have a switch because it's just got a standing pilot light, right? So you would just turn the thermostat down as far as you could on a cold winter day so that it won't come on. Now, this is a gas-fired hot water heater. Same thing. Here's that draft diverter, okay? So if this thing comes on, there's two things that can happen with these. The flame is right inside this little door. If I took this door off and the thing came on, you could see a big yellow flame under the bottom of this giant tank of water. So two things could happen if we don't turn this thing off or down when we turn the blower door on. One is it's going to, again, suck combustion gases right back into the room. Also, it can suck the flame right out into the room. So, right here, there's a dial. And I'll tell you a little trick, although I don't have my keys. Right here, there's a dial. And I can see Nancy's got her hot water heater set on this first notch right after the white, after warm. So what I'm going to do is turn this all the way down so I know it won't come on. Now, I think the hardest part of this job is remembering to turn it back up before you leave the person's house. So a trick I learned is to have your car keys, put your car keys right here. So when you get in your car and you can't go home, you go, where's my car keys? Oh, gosh, I forgot to turn the heater back on. So then you run in the house, you turn it on, you get your car keys, and you don't get a call from an unhappy homeowner saying, I have no hot water. So I've turned this all the way down, and Alex is hopefully back with the frame. We're going to set the blower door up. So we'll know that our combustion appliances aren't going to come on during our blower door test. So does that make sense to everybody?
Different, types of molding. But you just want to find one that'll provide an even fit without any of these, like the locks or whatever getting in the way. So it seems that this part of the frame, this part, seems to be the most, unobtruded. So you kind of take a measurement. And then you want to set the other one the same size. So does someone else want to try that?
Sometimes you have to get them lined up nice and straight. Whoops. There. Okay.
Oh, push the button down.
And then these little Velcros just fold up over the frame. Don't get them too tight because we're going to have to probably adjust the frame in and out. So if we make the Velcro loops and the canvas too tight, it'll all
It says that this is a good place to start the test. I guess is, yeah, that's what it recommends. I don't know what we did last time.
I don't remember either. No. Some of that will come with experience. If you think it's a big old leaky house, you might start with the fan wide open. So the idea is the more area of the fan exposed, the more air you're going to be able to suck out of the house.
And depending on what ring you put on, you put the setting on the computer to that. So it says like range B, you would set that, but we'll go over that when we get there.
Yeah.